So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, can you give permission to record the video?
I'm giving it 1 second. Who is this? Who asked?
Me, sir, Naveen.
Naveen. Okay. I'm giving it. So I'm recording. I'll share with you. Okay. Is that fine?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. No issues.
problem. Okay. Now let me open the PPT. Okay. So let me introduce myself first. Okay. This is Natraj from Bangalore. I have total 10 years of experience in Informatica Power Center. And I have worked on Informatica Power Center and Informatica ILM, Informatica Cloud, and also Informatica BDM. So these are the technologies I have worked on. And I have worked on Teradata the databases like Teradata, Oracle SQL Server, DB2, MongoDB, Cassandra, okay, and Salesforce. These are the databases I have worked on. Okay. Now coming to the sessions, today we cover, okay, this is session 1, batch 1, okay. And these are the basics we'll cover today. So if I go speed, please stop me, okay. So we will discuss about what is Informatica and what are the different ETL tools available in market and why we need Informatica and what is the ETL process and Informatica client and server tools, Informatica Power Center components, source and targets, and whatever in the Informatica we have a designer, workflow manager, monitor, all those things. And I will be covering these Oracle basics also, DDL, DML, TCL, create table, insert data. Okay. Before that, may I know who need Oracle basics here in this morning batch?
Myself, I need.
Okay. And anybody else?
Even I need
Yes.
Okay. From basics you need. From DDL commands, do you need?
yes.
Okay. So, and Informatica, who don't know anything on Informatica here? Could you please let me know? Anything, nothing on Informatica.
I don't know anything.
Okay. Okay. Then anybody else? Only one don't know? Okay,
No.
2. Then anybody else? Only 2 don't know about Informatica, right? Okay, fine, no issues. Then we'll start directly with different ETL tools. So what is ETL here? Hi Sandeep, you joined, right?
Yes, hi. Hi, Natarajan. Yes, I joined.
Hi Sandeep, yeah, okay. So here, so I'm just explaining the basics of the, like what are the topics covered today. Okay, these are the things, Sandeep, okay. These are the basic concepts we will cover today. Maybe you know already these basics, I guess, okay. So I'm going to the next slide. It's different ETL tools. So ETL in the sense extract, transform, and load. I will tell what is ETL in the next slides. Okay. So in the current market, okay, let me admit them. I don't know who's, just a second. Hello, is it Madhuri? Hello. Okay, let it be, whoever it is. Don't waste time. So these are the different ETL tools in current market. Okay, the main we are all now we are all learning about Informatica, and also we have Talent, we have SAS data integration, we have Splenty. Okay, we have Ab Initio, we have ODI, that is Oracle Data Integrator, we have Data Stage from IBM, we have Pentaho, we have SAP BO, that is Business Objects, and SSIS from Microsoft, that is Microsoft SQL Server Integration Service. Okay, so these are the ETL tools available in market currently. Okay, currently the leading tools, maybe I can say Informatica, Talent. These are the two many are using currently. if you ask anybody, they might be working on Informatica or Talent, or they might be working on DataStage, Ab Initio and all. But these are the leading tools available now. Okay, Talent is newly maybe some 5 years back it has implemented, I guess. But Informatica is a number one tool. From many long years it was there. Okay, so now we will concentrate on only Informatica in these sessions. Okay, so if I come to the next slide. Okay, so Informatica having different tools. Again, Informatica is a company. It's a Informatica Corporation, we will call, that is located in United States. Okay, the main head office is located in United States, and this Informatica Corporation having different kind of tools. Okay, so the tools which we can speak about is like, we are now learning Informatica Power Center. So this is the one we will learn about. Apart from this, they have different tools available with them. So I can say Informatica Cloud is one tool. Informatica ILM, that means Information Lifecycle Management, that is one tool. And one more, Informatica Big Data Management, that is BDM tool. And we have TDM, that is Test Data Management, Informatica Test Data Management. And we have IDQ, that is called Informatica Data Quality. One more we have is Informatica MDM, Master Data Management. So these are the tools which will be used for different concepts. Okay, so this is a cloud, and Informatica Cloud we will use for various purposes. ILM will be using for various purposes. MDM will be using various purposes. So kind of these are the tools available in Informatica. Okay, this is the main, the Informatica is called also data integration company. Okay, so as I told, ETL is mainly work on data integration. Okay, so what is data integration? Okay, I'll tell you in the next slides. Okay, so whatever the ETL tools we will learn or we will have, those are the data integration tools. Okay, so now coming to what is ETL. Okay, as many of you know or don't know, okay, ETL is extract, transform, and load. Okay, so I have 4 images here. So basics to in-depth images I have pulled from pulled it. Okay, so ETL process is extract, transform, and load. There will be 3 layers here. One is source system, one is the transformation system, one is the target system. Okay, so the source extract means we need to extract the data from some place, right? That some place may be database or any file. The file may be Excel file, PDF file, or delimited file, flat file. The flat file in the sense delimited or fixed width file. Okay, anything. It can be. We need to pull the data from the source system and we'll transform according to the business logic. That means we will modify the data as per the business logic. Okay, and we will send the data to the destination. The destination here in the ETL tools is a data warehouse. Okay, see again, data warehouse concepts I will cover, but not in the session. Not in this session. Okay, later sessions I will be covering what is data warehouse. Okay, what are the data warehouse technologies? Okay, what are all is there in the data warehouse? Okay, if I tell in the same day, you will get bored. Okay, so I'm not covering the data warehousing concepts in this session. Later point of sessions, when I need it, I will be explaining the data warehousing concepts, but I will cover complete data warehouse concepts. Okay, I'll not miss anything. I'll cover everything. Okay, so normally these ETL tools, okay, whatever the ETL, okay, these are the data warehouse. We will work for data warehouse. Okay, so what is data warehouse? What are the things in will be in there in the data warehouse? Okay, what are the tables? What are the schemas will be there in the data warehouse? What are the tables will be having data warehouse? Will be covered in the next sessions. Okay, so think that our destination is a data warehouse now, or a database stored in the data warehouse, I can say. Okay, so as I said, we will pull the data from source systems. That means a source may be database in the sense of Oracle, SQL Server, okay, or Salesforce, okay, or any database, okay, DB2, okay, Teradata, any database, okay, whichever the database you know, we can pull any database, okay, that is called the source system will be there in the any database. Okay. So what we will do, we will extract the data from the source system. Okay. And we'll transform the data. Okay. So transform the data. Okay. In the sense, you can see here, transform the data is, so suppose if you want to do some operations, suppose a table is there in the source system. Okay. Customer table is there. Okay. Customer table having different columns or fields. Okay. Having first name, last name, address. Okay. This is a source database, source table we have, but we need to concatenate first name and last name and send to the target. Okay. So now where we will concatenate? We will concatenate in the transform. Okay. We will transform the data. We need to concatenate first name and last name and send to target system. Okay. So this one, we will manipulate the data, or we will do the calculations or whatever it is, we will do in the transform phase, and we will load the data into target. Okay. See, if you see here various databases, it may be document, it may be CSV, XLS, PDF, it may be Oracle database, it may be SQL Server, it may be DB2, it may be any other, okay, any OLTP transaction. Okay. So we can pull the data, or we can extract the data and we can transform. Okay. Transform in the sense you can see here, cleansing, summarization, aggregation. Okay. I will tell all those things in the next sessions. What is cleansing? Okay. And what are the conversions we have? What is the aggregation? Okay. All these things will be covered. Okay. And once the transform is done, when the data manipulation is done, we load into the target system. Okay. Destination can be again any database or any file. Same, whatever the database you are seeing here, we can load into the others also, other database, but those will be present in data warehouse. Okay, those may be present in data warehouse, may not be present in data warehouse, but ultimately we will send the data to the target systems. From the target system, okay, again, see, as a ETL developer, our work is pull the data from database or any file or anything from the source and transform the data, load to data warehouse. Until here, our job is done. Okay. After data warehouse, there will be reporting tools. The reporting tools, what it will do, it will pull the reports from the database, and OLAP cubes also there. Cubes will pull the data from data warehouse, but we don't require as of now these and all. We require only source. Okay, pull from the source system, transform, load to the target system. Okay, only this is what we will do. Okay, so coming to the next slide, see why we need ETL tools. Okay, number one, okay, to migrate the data. So we have the old database. Suppose any company having old database, they want to pull the data from old database and dump it to the new database. Okay, for that we will use ETL tools. For the same, we will use Informatica tool. Okay, and one more thing, for application integration. Okay, they have application A, they want to transform the data to application B. For that also we can use ETL tool as Informatica Power Center. Okay, and as I told, we can pull the data from Oracle database, SAP HANA database, SQL Server database, other databases, transform into the Power Center, load into the data warehouse. That we can do. Okay, so any doubts until here in the ETL? What is extract, what is transform, what is load?
No, clear.
Please ask me any doubts. Okay, I'm going to next session. Okay, so next slide. Again here, okay, in Informatica Power Center, okay, we have 4 tools. Okay, we have 4 tools. I will tell you what are these tools. Okay, here. So see, we will be having customer details as a file, or any product details in the CSV, any transaction details in the database. All we can pull by using Informatica, transform using the Power Center. Okay, and load it into data warehouse. And from there you can take cubes, it may take data visualization reports, it may take, or any other reports they may take, anything they can do here. Okay, but we will not cover here. As a ETL developer, we need only these 3: extract, transform, and load. Okay, so the next slide, what are the Informatica client tools? Okay, so I can explain better. See, Informatica Power Center, as I told, we are talking about only Informatica Power Center. We are not talking about MDM or cloud or TDM, IDQ, anything. We are talking about only Power Center. We are learning about only Informatica Power Center. Informatica Power Center having 4 tools. Okay. Again, Informatica Power Center having mainly 2 things, client and server. Okay. I'll explain that first, then I'll come to here. So if you see here, okay, this is the Informatica Power Center architecture. Okay. We have the client tools. Okay. And we have the server tools. As an Informatica developer, we will be working on only client tools. We will not work on any admin server tools or administrator tools. Okay, there will be a separate administrator for administrative or server tools. Okay, so we will be having Informatica mapping designer, repository manager, workflow monitor. Okay, these 4 are the client tools. Admin console. Okay, also a it's not a client tool exactly. Okay, it's a server tool again. Okay, repository service, integration service. Okay, these are all the I can show you here also. One more thing. Okay, repository service we have, integration service we have. Okay, in the server tools. So what I am saying is we will be learning only about the client tools. Okay, if you see here, server tools, integration service process, repository service process, repository service, repository database. These are all the administrative tools or server tools. We will not be using them. And these domains or nodes will be stored in Informatica integration server. I can say integration server than Informatica server. Okay. So these all are administrator tools. We will not at all use. Okay. We will use only these 4 Power Center client tools. Okay. So if you see here, these are the things. Okay. So repository manager, yes, we will use. Designer, Power Center designer, yes. Mapping designer, yes, we will use. Workflow manager, yes, we will use. Monitor, yes. But server administration console and all will be used by administrator, Informatica administrator. Okay. That means create or upgrade server or delete the server, configure the server, start or stop services, backup and restore the repositories. These are all the work done by administrators. Okay. So we will not bother about these things. This is again a vast topic we need to cover. Okay. So we will be cover on these 4 concepts. Okay. So now I'll directly go to the tool. Okay. See, if you install Informatica, okay. So in the start button under Informatica 10.2.0, we'll be having Power Center design. See, we'll be having these things. Okay. We will use Informatica Power Center designer, repository manager, workflow manager, and workflow monitor. So I'm clicking any one, Power Center designer here. So it will open Power Center designer. Let it open. So if you see here, it is still opening. Just a second. Okay. So if you see here, this is a Power Center designer. Okay. So Power Center designer. Okay. This is Power Center designer. Then this is R, right? You can go here. Okay. So Informatica 10.0. You can go here and launch repository manager. You can click R. If you open any one tool, it will be there here. If you click R means a repository manager. So this is the repository manager we have, and workflow manager. So this is the workflow manager we have. Okay. And workflow monitor. I'm opening workflow monitor also. So this is the workflow monitor. So we'll be mainly concentrating on these 4 tools. One is designer, a repository manager, monitor, and workflow manager. Okay. So just a second. As I told, okay. So designer, okay. Why the mapping designer will use? Why the workflow manager will use? Why the workflow monitor will use? At start, it will be a little. See, the thing is, you can think that Informatica is very easy tool. Okay. So there is no tough here. Okay. Or there is nothing cannot be done here. It's a very easy tool. You can learn very easily. Okay. But to familiar with the tool, it will take a week of time. If you create the mappings, if you create the sessions, if you create the workflows, within 1 week of time, you will familiar with tool. You can play with the tool. Okay. Whatever we will do in the tool itself. will not go anywhere. Okay, we'll do in the tool itself. Okay, so now coming to the designer. Okay, so this is the Informatica designer. We have the menu bar here. Okay, these are all the menu bars. Okay, this is a toolbar. Okay, these are toolbars. Okay, this is this one. Okay, one is this is work area. Okay, we have these things. We have the effect repositories will be stored here. Okay, so this is about Informatica Power Center Designer. Then same way, see, I'll show you one thing. Just a second. Just a second. Yeah. So if you see here, this is one I have open right here. If you see here, the same designer, there is a screenshot here. Okay. This is called repository navigator. This one is mapping designer. Okay. And this is also called workspace. Okay. And this is output. Okay. And this is navigator. Same way, whatever there in the designer, okay, will be there in the workflow manager also. Okay. So as I told, this is the navigator, this is the output, this is the workspace. Same way here also, if you click here, this is the navigator. Okay. This is the workspace, this is the output window. Same for all tools. Okay. So if you check here, this left pane is called navigator and the middle pane is called workspace. Okay. And the bottom tool is called output. Okay. Output window. So this will be same in all. Like, see, we have Informatica Power Center Designer, and if you go to this one, Workflow Manager or Monitor Repository Manager. Okay, these four tools we will be using mainly. Okay, now for what we will use what I'll tell you. See, Mapping Designer. Okay, Mapping Designer will be used to load the source data. Okay, and transform it, and we will transform the data and load to the target. The mapping will be done in the designer. Okay, and once the mapping is done, okay, we'll be going to the workflow manager. Okay, in the workflow manager we'll create the sessions. We'll create the sessions for that particular mapping, and we'll create a workflow. Okay, after executing a workflow monitor will open. Okay, there you can see what are all the jobs are present, are running, or those are already succeeded, those are already running, or they may aborted or failed, anything we can see in the workflow monitor. Okay, this is about this one what? Mapping Designer, Workflow Manager, Workflow Monitor. And Repository Manager is used to create the repositories, create the users, create the folders, and deploy. Okay, I'll tell all those things whenever it is required. Okay, now we will mainly concentrate on these four. Mainly we will be using these three only. Repository Manager will be used very rarely by the developer, but developer will use mainly the designer, mainly the monitor and manager. Okay, now directly I am going to the repository. Okay, so I already created a repository. I will tell how to create the repository in the later sessions. Okay, I'm just connecting it. Okay, you can click on the repository, you can connect, or you can go here, this one, connect, and give the user ID and password. So if you see here, okay, when I connect the repository, there will be folders under it. Every repository having different folders. A repository can have as many as folders. There is no limit for that. Okay, so a repository can have different folders. Now I am I'm expanding the folder. If you expand the folder, okay, we will be having different things here: business components, source, targets, cubes, dimensions, transformations, maplets, mappings, use the different functions. But as a developer, you will use sources, targets, transformations, mappings, and maplets. Maplets is advanced concept. Okay, so we'll be using sources, targets, transformations, mappings, then maplets. Okay, few projects they may use dimensions, they may use cubes, they may use the different functions, but very less. Okay, very less they will use. But 90-95% data warehouse project or Informatica projects you will work on sources, targets, transformations, mappings, and maplets. Okay, these are the things. Now, so you are seeing here, if you click on sources, so what are the sources available here? Okay, if I click on this, see, I already imported a table called STG customers. It can be visible here. A flat file I already imported. It is called EMP file, src_emp file. Okay, so many things. Okay, you can click on this. Okay, like that. So these are the sources. Same way, targets. I have already created all these targets. Okay, so you can check the targets here. And if you go to the mappings, sorry, transformations. So one transformation is there already. Okay, and mappings. If you see here, there are many mappings available here. Okay, I already created those mappings. If you expand the mappings, see, you can see here, every mapping is having source instance, target instance, transformation instance. I am double clicking that. See, this mapping is used, sales_file used by this mapping, and these 4 targets used by this mapping. These are all the 3 transformations used in this mapping. So a mapping called M_1_09 VSAM sales data. Under this mapping, these are all there. We have already created all those things. That is why it's showing. Okay. If you are feeling difficulty to understand, don't worry. Okay. When you work on this, it will be very clear to you. Don't worry. I'll make you very clear on this. Okay. At start, okay, if you don't know anything on Informatica, it will be very little difficult. I'm not saying difficult, very little difficult. Okay, to understand this. Okay. Now, as I said, we'll be working on sources, targets, transformations, mappings, maplets. Mainly, you can say, if you ask me mainly what you will work, I can work on sources, targets, mappings. If I want any reusable things, I go to transformations. Otherwise, I'll create the transformations in the mappings itself. So mainly we'll be working on sources, targets, mappings, then transformations, then maplets. So these are the things we'll be working on Power Center Designer. Okay. So I just expanded the folder. If I open the, see, if you right click on the folder, you will be having these things: allow docking, hide, disconnect, open. If you disconnect it, it will disconnect. Okay. If I open it, you can see here, right? Here it is showing Informatica Power Center 10. These are all the some documents available in Informatica Resource Center. Okay, their portals these are. Okay, and most recently opened repository folder when it is opened. Okay, these things. But when I open this folder in the working space, it will be different now. You will be seeing like this. Okay, you will be saying like this. So this is working space. This is navigator. Okay, and this is the output window, as I said. Okay, so now I have already created a mapping. Okay, so this Informatica Power Center Designer looks like this. Okay, now when I click, see here, these are all this is a source. Okay, so this is a transformation, one transformation. Okay, and this is the target. As I told, extract, transform, and load, right? Extract the source, transform the data, load it to the target. That is what we will do here. Okay, so if I click arrange all iconic, it will show like this. A small, if I open any other, let me open any other mapping, a bigger one. Yeah, see, if you see here, so if I click on arrange all iconic, it will be showing the iconic. If I click arrange all, it will show what inside the transformations. Okay, what is there inside the source. Okay, this is a source, and this is all the transformations. This is source qualified transformation, expression transformation, lookup transformation, again expression transformation, target. I will explain what is transformation, what is source, what is target, everything I will explain. Okay, so this is about designer. When you come to the workflow manager, open the workflow manager. Okay, I'm disconnecting wait for just. Now, same way as you seen in the designer, you can also see here. Okay. So I'm connecting it now by giving user ID and password. So when you see here, again, whatever the folders available in the designer, the same folders will be available in the manager also. Okay. So there are dev and the repositories also. Okay. The repository, we have REP SVC. We have REP SVC here. Okay. And we have dev InfraShade, same dev InfraShade. But the extra here is integration service. This is called INT SVC. You can see, right? This is called integration service. I will tell what is integration in the later part of this session. Now I am opening one folder called dev. So as you seen here, in this we have sources, targets, mappings, transformations, maplets. Same way we have tasks, sessions, workflows. Okay, we'll be working on tasks. See, mainly, okay, in the real time, we'll be working on sessions, we'll be working on workflows, then tasks, then worklets. Worklets is advanced concepts. So we'll be always, the basic part is sessions, workflows, then go to tasks, then worklets. This is how we will work. Okay. So now, if I open tasks, these are the different tasks available. This is comment task, this is email task. When I open sessions, these are all the sessions available under the sessions. And if I open workflows, these are all the workflows we have. Okay. If I open, see, as I said, if I open the mapping, okay, here we have source instance, target instance, transformation instance. Same way, if I open workflow, we have workflow, we have the tasks, we have the sessions. Okay. So same way as here, okay, we have sources, targets, mappings. Same way we have here tasks, sessions, workflows. Under the workflows, we will be having what are the tasks available in that workflow, what are the sessions available in that workflow. Okay. This is called workflow manager. Okay. So do you have any doubts on designer and workflow manager? I will tell what it will do in the later point of time. Now, do you have any questions or doubts, whichever I explained till now?
So Raj, I have a question on it. I don't understand where these repositories came from. I mean, it's a default one or?
No. We need to create the repository. I'll show you how to create the repository. Okay. It's not a default.
Okay, so once we create the repositories, will this tables will automatically come over here or?
No. If we create the repository, just repository will be there. Nothing will be there under it. Okay. If you create the repository, only repository will be there. Under that, you need to create a folder. If you create a folder, then these are all will be come. Okay. That means sources, these are all, it will be visible. Okay. But inside, until and unless you create something, it will not show. I will create the repository in this session. Wait for that. Okay. After finishing this. Okay. So any other doubt? And am I going speed or slow? Like, is it fine? Whichever I am doing the session right now. Am I go slow or something? Please let me know. Is it fine? Whichever I'm explaining.
Currently, you are just explaining the tool, right?
Yes.
The designing of the tool is.
Yes. Yeah. So now we have spoken about mapping designer. We have spoken about workflow manager. Then I'll tell workflow monitor what it is. I'll tell what is repository manager. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, in between, we'll go to the architecture now. Okay. So if you see, this is a Power Center architecture. Okay. So Power Center, as I told, we'll be having server tools, we'll be having client tools. Okay. So as I said, the client tools are repository manager, designer, workflow manager, workflow monitor. Okay. So now client tools, what in the repository manager, what you will do, you will create the repositories, you will create the folders, you will create the usernames and passwords will be there. Okay. The privileges, you can create the users in the repository manager. as I said, in the designer, okay, we can create the mappings, we can create the transformations, we can create the sources, targets, whatever there in the designer, we will do it. In the manager, we will create the sessions, we'll create the tasks, we'll create the workflows and execute the workflows. Those are all we'll be doing in the client tools. So now, so whatever we will do in the client tool, okay, it will be stored in the repository. Okay, Informatica is based on the repository. Okay, repository is a centralized storage where the Informatica objects will be stored. So now, what are the Informatica objects? Okay, so Informatica objects are whatever I am saying now: folders, sources, targets, transformations, mappings, maplets, or if you go to this, tasks, sessions, worklets, workflows, everything are the objects. These are the Informatica objects. All these Informatica objects will be stored in the Informatica repository. Okay, so Informatica, if you create a folder, it'll add a entry in the repository. Okay, and if you create a user, it'll add an entry in the repository. If you create a mapping, it'll add an entry in the repository. So how this will be adding in the repository? We'll be having some predefined tables in the repository, will be created by Informatica itself while you install. Okay, so there in those tables, these are all informations will be stored. These tables are called metadata tables. Okay, so these, whatever the tables which are stored in the repository, okay, are called metadata tables. Okay, the information which stored in these metadata tables is called metadata. Okay, so metadata in the sense structure of a table, I can say. Okay, the true translation of metadata is a structure of a table. Okay, so now if you create a folder, it will add an entry. So it will add an entry into the repository. If you create anything, user, a mapping, workflow, session, or anything, okay, source, target, transformation, anything, it will store in the metadata tables, which is under repository. Now there is no direct contact between client, whatever this designer, workflow manager, to repository. Okay, there is no direct this one. Okay, but to get the how it will link, okay, first we have two services in Informatica. One is repository service, one is integration service. These two services are very important in Informatica. Okay, so what repository will do, what repository service will do, what integration service will do, I will tell. As I said, I'm explaining again. Informatica is based on the repository. Repository is a centralized storage of the data, which can be stored. That means what can be stored? Informatica objects. What are the Informatica objects? For whatever we will create in these three, okay, where these four in the workflow designer, repository manager, workflow monitor, workflow manager, okay. Whatever we will create, those will be stored under the repository. How it will store? It will store in the tables, which are pre-installed by Informatica while you install it. Okay. So what are those tables are called? Metadata tables. What these metadata tables contain? Data tables contains the objects information. Okay. So what is the data you call in the metadata tables is metadata. Okay. Now, repository service, what it will do? Okay, it will take the data from the, it will take the data from the client tools. Okay, and it will store into the repository. Okay, so repository service is a middleware between client tools and repository. Without repository service, you cannot store these data into the repository. Okay, so repository service is very important here. Okay, repository service having a link between client tools and repository. Okay, so whatever we will once you create a folder, repository service will pick up the folder and store into the repository. Okay, so you clear on repository service? Any doubt? These three? repository service, client tools. Any doubt here? Okay. Now, now suppose you created a mapping, you created a workflow, you created something, you created in the client tools. Okay. And you will run that. Okay. You will run a workflow or you will execute the program. You will write a program. Okay. In the Informatica, and you will execute the program. Okay. Once you execute the program, repository service will tell the integration service to execute. Okay. The execution part will be taken care by integration service. Okay. Without integration service, you cannot execute a job. You cannot execute a job in the Informatica. Okay. Without repository service, you cannot store in the repository. Without integration service, you cannot run a program or a job which is created in the client tools. So integration service is very important. Okay. This integration service you need to keep in mind as you are working in ETL. If you don't know integration service means there is a waste of learning Informatica. Okay. Or any ETL tool. That much importance is having Informatica, integration service. Okay. So integration service, what it will do? Okay. It will take the data from the repository. See what, if you run a program, suppose if you run a job in the client tool, okay, what it will do? First, it will store in the repository. Then it will pass a message to integration service. Repository service will pass a message to integration service that there is a job created in the client tool. You run it. Okay. You run it and or execute it. It will tell to the integration service. Okay. So what integration service will do? Okay. It will process the data. Okay. That means extract, transform, and load, as I said, right? Okay. The transform part, okay, processing, data processing part will be done by integration service. Okay. So always it will be row by row. Okay. Suppose there are 10 rows in a table. If you execute a job, the integration service process the data row by row. Okay. It will not process table by table or view by view or anything. It will process row by row. Always keep in mind, integration service process the data row by row. Okay. So this integration service, where it is located in server machine. As I said, server tools, client tools, repository service, integration service, or the server tools will be stored under server machine. So if you join if you work on Informatica, what your people will ask, your manager or your team lead, they will ask you to only install client tools, because already they might have installed server tools, that is repository service, integration service somewhere in the server machine, but you need to install only client tools in your local machine, whether it is a desktop or laptop. Okay. Now, so what I said, so when you can create the whatever the objects in the client tools. So when you create the objects in the client tools, repository service will take the objects from the client tools. Okay. And it will store into the repository as a metadata tables. Okay. Once, so the program is done. Okay. So program means like I can see here. So in this, you written some extraction. Okay. You extracted a data from EMP table. Some calculation you have done using some transformations. That is total sal plus commission you have done. And you need to load into the target table. Okay. So what this and all will do, it will check the syntax error. Okay. It will compile. Okay. All these things will be done in client tools. Once the program is done, you need to run the program. Before running the program, repository service will store the data into the repository. Okay. Then once it is stored in the repository, when you run the program, repository service will pass a message to integration service that some client tool has ran a job, please take care. Okay. How integration service will know? The repository service will tell to integration service. Okay. Run this program. How this know? Repository service having direct contact with client tools. Okay. Suppose you run a workflow, repository service will take that workflow, store that workflow details in the metadata, and it will tell to integration service to run it. Integration service will run it. Okay. Once you run a job, it will generate a session log file. log file, I can say. That log file is a detailed log file. I'll show you the log file in meantime. Okay, after some time. The log file will be having detailed information, whether what are the sources it is we have used, what are the targets, what are the transformations, and how many rows it has processed, whether it is failed or passed, what is the busy percentage it has took, all those things. All those things I will explain in the next part of the class. Okay. So now you got it right. So integration service. Okay, integration service will take from the repository service and it will process row by row. The data will be processing by integration service row by row. Okay, and insert the data into the target. Okay, this is the Power Center architecture. Okay, so you have any doubts in this architecture? So please ask me, please make this session as interactive. So if you have any doubts, please ask me.
Raj, repository service and integration service, the process of both the service is visible to us, or it's in the backend side?
No, it will not be visible to us. It will be backend side.
Okay, and what if when the data is not validated by any of the service?
So if the data is, see, you need to validate the mapping before go to the repository service itself. In the client tools, okay, you need to validate the mapping. Once you validate the mapping only, the integration service will take from there. Okay. If you don't, if it is not validated, it will not take. Once if the mapping is valid or a session is valid, workflow is valid, then only integration service can take these things. Otherwise, it will not take anything.
So
you should
be
validate.
validated under the repository metadata or in the
no, in the client tools, you should validate. Okay, whether you valid or not valid, it will store in the repository service for sure. But to run it, okay, to run, you should validate it. Okay, if the mapping is invalid, you cannot run it. It will not allow a workflow to run. The mapping should be valid, the session should be valid. These things should be taken care.
Okay.
Anything else? Any doubts? So this is about Power Center architecture. Okay. So now we'll create a mapping today. Okay. So I'll take half an hour more. Is that fine? Anybody having any problem? I'll take more half an hour today. Let me know if you have any. Otherwise, we'll continue next session tomorrow. So I don't think so anybody having any problem. So we'll create it. Okay. So the first thing we need to do here is we need to create a repository. Okay. So how we need to create the repository, I'll show you. Go to the repository, add repository. Okay. So I'm giving the repository as dev. Okay. And username. Username, you can give any username. You can give any. Normally, in the real time, how it will be is, okay, dev underscore project name. Dev underscore, suppose it is Vesco, suppose it will be like this, dev underscore Vesco, and different based on their or REP. Normally repository will start with REP, right? REP underscore SVC underscore dev or something. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, REP underscore SVC underscore dev. Okay, username I am giving as batch 1. Okay, I'm clicking on OK. So now a repository is created. Okay, when you connect it, so it is asking password, security domain, and domain. Okay, I already created the domain. Okay, see here, if you click on configure domains, see there is a domain already created. Okay, in this domain only this repository is there, REP underscore SVC repository is there. Okay, so what I will do is REP underscore SVC dev. Okay, I'm configuring the domain. Okay, so if I click on it, domain, it will ask domain, gateway host, gateway port. Okay, I'll explain you what are those. Okay, so we need to give the domain. These are all again, these things will be done by administrator. Okay, they will give directly the domain details to you. Okay, what is the domain? what is the gateway host, what is the gateway port, all those things. Okay. So I already created a REP SVC repository. Okay. So I am connecting to this repository. Okay. This is the repository. Now, when you create the repository, the next step is folder. Go to folder menu, create it. Okay. So I am giving dev or dev underscore 1. Okay. So here permissions you can give here. Okay. Whether it is only for user, only for group, okay, or only for it's for all. If it is only for users, okay, what are all the users we need to do here? Okay. So all those things will be done by here. Okay. You can add the user. Okay. Or you need to give the permission like everyone or administrator privileges. We can do all those things in this create folder. Okay. So I'm just clicking OK. Folder has been successfully created. So as I told, dev1 is created. Okay. So now this part is done. Repository part is done. Okay. Once you create the repository and once you create the folder, our job is done in the repository manager. Now go to the designer. Dev1, it is not showing, but it is showing here dev1, right? So what we need to do, we need to disconnect the repository because it has not been refreshed here. Administrator username, and I'm giving the password. If you connect it, you can see here dev1. As I told, Deepti, you have asked one question, right?
Yes.
Once you create the folder, these are all will be predefined, but nothing will be there in the sources, nothing will be there in the targets. Once you create only, it will come. Okay. So in the dev1, what it is showing, nothing is showing. Okay. Now I am opening dev1 folder. See, in the Power Center designer, we'll be having again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 tools are there here. Okay. One is source analyzer, target designer, transformation developer, maplet designer, mapping designer. So what we will majorly work on is source analyzer, target designer, mapping designer. Few times we will be using transformation developer, and if you have any reusable transformations, we'll be using transformation developer. I will tell what are the reusable transformations in later sessions. And if you have any maplets, we can create a maplet designer. If we have normally we will work on source analyzer, target designer, and mapping designer. These three will be majorly working on. But if you're having any reusable transformations, we'll be using in transformation developer. If you are having any maplets, we'll be creating in the mapping designer. Yeah, go ahead, please. You are asking something? Okay, fine. So these are all the, see, if I'm disconnect again, I'm opening this folder. Now it is in the mapping. If you see here, the menu bar mapping is there. If I click on this, sources will come, targets, transformation, maplets, mappings. Based on the which one you will select, based on that, the menu bar will change. Okay. So as the first thing, okay, I'll show you. So now, see, to create a mapping, we need to create a source definition. We need to create the target definition. We need to create a mapping. We need to create a session task, create a workflow from that task, run the workflow, monitor the workflow. These and all we need to do under this designer. Or see, until here we'll be using mapping designer. Create source definition, create the target definition, create a mapping will be taken care by mapping designer. And these two, create a session task, create a workflow from the task, will be taken care, will be doing in workflow manager. And run the workflow also. Run the workflow, you can do it from the manager or from the monitor also. First time we need to do from the manager. Once it is already running in the monitor, you can run from the monitor, workflow monitor also. Then verify the results in the workflow monitor will be taken care by monitor. I will just create a sample mapping now. Okay. So first thing is I need to create a source. I'm going to the source, import from database. See here, if you see import from data sources, here import from database, import from file, COBOL file, XML definition. These are all you can create yourself a source, okay? Or you can compare the source. Okay, these are all the things will be available. I'm creating a table. Okay, before that, we need to create a ODBC connection. Okay, to read the data from, okay, see this one, okay, what Informatica? How Informatica knows to connect to the database. Okay, database is Oracle, right? To connect to the database, okay, we need to create a we need to create a ODBC data source. Okay, if you click here, here user DSN, system DSN, here user DSN, we can create the ODBC connections. This is the ODBC data source administrator, right? Okay, object database source administrator, right? Okay, so what we need to do, we need to create a ODBC connection here. Okay, if I click add here, suppose if I'm clicking add here, just a second. So which database yours is? Whether yours is a DB, which one, Informix, MySQL, or SQL Server, or Oracle, which database you are, okay, you are working on, okay, or any Microsoft Access, any Excel you are using, SQL Server. So you need to select that database here, okay. So I already selected one thing here. If you see here, I have selected like this, add, okay, Oracle, Data Direct Oracle Wire Protocol. Here, we need to give the data source name, okay, host, port number, SID, service name, all these things will be done by here, okay. I will explain this. If I explain everything in this class, you will get confused. So think that already a connection is created, okay. We need to just import from that connection, okay. So I'm just importing from this connection, connect it. Just a second. I need to give the username and password. So before that, we'll go to the Oracle, okay. So Oracle, we will be using Oracle SQL Developer tool to write the queries. Normally in the real time, few companies they will use Oracle SQL Developer. Few companies they will use Toad, and many other tools are there. Okay, so we'll be using Oracle SQL Developer, and few will be used Toad. So whichever it is, that is fine. Okay, so now we will be using Oracle SQL Developer. Here I have created few schemas. Okay, if you see DB underscore SRC is a schema, domain is a schema, repository is a schema, system is a schema. Okay, so think that I already created DB underscore SRC. Okay, I'm giving DB underscore SRC as a username and password. I'm connecting it. So if I connect, it will show what are all the tables available. If the views are there, the views also will be visible like that. So what are all the tables we have here? Okay, I'm selecting any one EMP table. I'm selecting. I will not explain anything today. I will just explain how to create the source, how to create the target, how to create a mapping and all. Okay.
It's a part of extract process, right?
It's a part of extract, correct. Source, if you are importing a source, means it is extract the data from database. So we have extracted EMP table from the Oracle database. You got it? First, we have extracted the table. Then go to mapping, create a mapping. If you see here, go to mapping, create a mapping. I'm giving m underscore new, the mapping name. So mapping is created. If you see here, m underscore new is created. Whichever I have already created this one, you drag here. Okay, just a second. Whichever I have already created EMP table, you can drag here. Okay, you can drag like this. Okay, so this is DB underscore SRC is a schema. Under this schema, EMP is there. Okay. Now we have extracted the data. EMP is a source table. This is a source qualifier, is a transformation. And next is what? Load, right? Then we need to load into the target. For that, we need a target table, right? So import from database. Again, the same database I am using as the target database. Later classes, I will clearly explain why we need to use, where we need to use. I'll clearly explain. Just I want to run a mapping today. That's it. Okay. Tables. The same table I am taking as EMP. Okay. And so now we have imported the source. We have imported the target. We have created mapping. Okay. So go to the targets, drag the target here. Okay. It has come. You can expand, expand like this. Okay. Here also you can expand. Okay. You can one by one, you can connect it, or at a time you can select. Okay. At a time you can select and drag here. Sorry, one second. You can select all at a time. Yeah. So now it has connected to the target, save it. So now mapping is created. Okay. If you save it, it is saying mapping m_new is valid. So if you see here, source inserted, source name EMP is a schema name DB_SRC EMP, target EMP inserted, validating transformations. Okay. And mapping is valid. Until and unless it is valid only, we can go to the next step. Okay. So once mapping is done, we need to create a session or a workflow. Okay. I'm going to this one. Okay. First, I'm creating a session first. Okay. Go to see here, we have, as like I said, we have source analyzer, target designer, transformation developer, maplet designer, mapping designer. We have same way in the workflow manager, there are 3 tools available: task developer, workload designer, workflow designer. We'll be using mostly task designer, workflow designer. If you have any worklets, then we'll create the worklets under workload designer. Now we'll create a task. See, if you click on task developer, the task here, if you click on workload designer, it will change as worklets. If you click on workflow designer, it will change on workflow. Now I am creating a task. See, the program is already done. This is the program. Normally, a program is already done. We need to execute this program. How to execute this program? To execute this program, we need to create a session first. Okay. So go to tasks, create, select as session. We have different here. Select a session. I'll tell what are these later point of time. So s_m_new. Normally, the naming conventions will be s_mapping name session, right? That's s_, the mapping name I given m_new. Normally s_mapping name create. So it will show all the mappings available in the designer. You see here. Just a second. Sorry. Yeah, one second. I am under dev folder. Okay, don't create anything on dev. We are in dev 1, right? Disconnect it first. We need to refresh the repository. Disconnect the repository. Because we have created a new repository. We have created a new folder called dev1. We need to make use of that only here. Okay. Whichever the folder you have worked on, the same folder you need to work in the manager also, in the repository manager also. Okay. Clicking there. Now we connect it. Now the dev1 folder is there. Open it. Go to the task developer, tasks, create, s_m_new. If you click on it, only one mapping available, right? In this folder, if you see here, only one mapping is available. So select that mapping. If you select it, it will come like this. If you double click this, okay. So we have these things. I will tell what are all these things. I will tell, okay. What is general properties, config object, mapping, components, metadata extensions. I will tell all those in the later point of time. So we have created a mapping and we have created a session. Okay. Now there should be a link between session and mapping, correct? To create a link, we already created the link, but the data, okay, how the data will flow from there to here is, okay, we need to create a relational connection here. If you go to here, a relational connection, okay. So I already created a relational connection, okay, if you edit it, the same thing what we have created here in the data source I have created, right? Sources, import from database, ODBC connection I have already created, right? The same, if I configure it, if you see here, db_src, I given the same thing and the password, same connection string I given, okay? So we need to create the relational connection. I will tell in the later part of time, in the next sessions, how to create the relation connections and all, okay? So one relation connection should be there, okay? Now, if you double click on the session, go to the mapping, okay? Under the source section, okay, see we need to select the source. Select the source connection. It is under Oracle. We are using Oracle database, RELDB_src, right? This one, okay. Under targets, it automatically selected, but if there are more than one, we need to select it, okay. And change bulk to normal. I'll tell why we need to change bulk to normal, okay. These are all the different properties under source qualifier. These are different properties under target, okay. We'll explain everything, okay. Each and everything we'll be explaining in a later point of time. I'm clicking OK, save it. When you save it, it will say, see, session is inserted, okay. If you want, you can validate the session. If you validate, it will show mapping session is valid, okay. Now after creating a session, we need to run a workflow, okay. So to run a workflow, you need to create a workflow, wf_s_em_new. Normally the workflow name is wf_session name, okay. So the session name is s_m_new, right? I'm just creating a workflow. Now link it like this, you drag it. This is a link object, you need to link it, workflow to session, okay. Save it. If you save, workflow is saved. You can see here, workflow is valid. It will show here, workflow is valid without any errors, okay. It will show like this, okay. Now what we have done, we have imported the source from the source analyzer, okay. We have imported the target from the target designer. We have created a mapping. We have dragged the source qualifier and target, okay. Then we go to the workflow designer. We created a task. In the task, select the mapping whichever is required for you, okay. Then go to the mappings tab, go to the mappings tab and select the relation connection for the source. Go to the targets tab, select the relation connection for the target, okay. Then go to the workflow manager, create a workflow and link, drag that session to here, link it. So now workflow is ready. Now our job is ready. This is called job. Whichever I am saying here, here you are seeing, right? Yes, wf_sn. This is called workflow or a job. They may call it as also a workflow, Informatica job, okay. Informatica job in the sense a workflow, okay. So you can run the job. If you right click on it, it will show you start workflow, recover, everything will be. Otherwise, you can go to workflows also. In the menu, it will be showing start workflow. Anything you can do, start workflow. I am executing start workflow. When you give start workflow, the workflow monitor will automatically open. See, it is under repository, REP SVC, and the integration service is INT SVC, and the folder name is dev1, and the workflow name is wf_s_m_new. So the data is loaded now. If it is C, you can see here, succeeded, okay. I'll just drag here, okay. So this is a workflow, this is a session, okay. You can drag like this, you can expand these things, okay. So I'm right clicking on the session, get run properties I'm giving, just close it. We'll be having these things. When I right click on it and get run properties, we'll be showing task details. What is the task name? What is the integration service name? At what time it started? At what time it ended? Whether it is succeeded or not? What is the mapping name associated with it? What is the source success rules? what are the target success rows, okay, target failed rows, okay. These are all will be there in this one, okay. Now, if we go here, see 14 records, if this is SQ is the source, EMP1 is the target, okay. Now 14 records are read from the source, but nothing is inserted in the target, okay. So why it is not inserted in the target? How to check? Now this is the error, right? Okay. If it is already inserted, if you see here, SQ is underscore EMP is the source and EMP1 is the target. If I show you here, what is this? EMP, okay, SQ underscore EMP. As I told, source, EMP1 is the target, correct. Now SQ is the source, EMP1 is the target. 14 records, it has read from the EMP table, but it has loaded nothing, 0 records loaded. Why these 0 records are loaded? How you need to see? You can right click on a session, go to the session log. You expand the session log. It will be showing all the information, okay. So all the information, I'll explain the session log in later part of the things, okay. So now see, in the reader, see first reader, SQ instance, whatever we have, see, we have dragged, arrange all, okay. Almost how many fields are there? Eight fields are there. We have a drag from source to source qualifier to target, okay. So it written its own query, okay. Informatica, we have not written any query right here. We have not written any query. It has written its own query, okay. Select emp.emp number from, okay, and from EMP table, okay. And if you see here error, okay, you can drag little. What is the error? Unique constraint, okay, pk underscore EMP. Because it's a primary key in the target table, okay. Primary key is established, okay. Primary key is created, okay. For EMP number maybe. That is why already 7 rows are there. We are trying to load the same 7 rows again. So that will be the duplicates, right? Primary key will not allow the duplicates. That is why this error has come, okay. It is showing writer execution failed. So, and this will be present in the what are the rows rejected will be in the bad file. I'll explain you all those things. What is bad file? What are all those things? I'll explain. I wanted to just show you how to create the job or workflow today, okay. So that is done. Now what we have done, I'll open the, see, we have created a source definition. We have created the target definition. We have created a mapping. We have created a session task. We have created a workflow from the task. We ran the workflow and we open the monitor and verify the results. How to verify the results? Like this only. How many source records are there? How many target records are there? Okay, based on the business logic, whether these source records are flown to the target or not. Okay, those we have verified. Okay, this is the thing we have done today on Informatica. Okay, till now you have any doubts, please, on Informatica? Please ask me if you have any doubts. See, I will explain in detail, okay, what is source definition, what is target definition, what is transformation, what is mapping, what is a session, what is workflow, everything in detail will be, I will tell in the next sessions, okay. So just today, I want to give a brief that we need to create a mapping. That's why I have went little fast, okay. But in the later part of time, what are the types of sources, what are the types of targets, how we will create the target manually, how we will import the target, how we will create the relation connection, how we will create the ODBC connection, everything I will be explain you, okay. Don't worry about that. This is about our Informatica session today. So do you have any doubts?
Yes, I have
Yeah.
one question. The target is to load the data into the target table, right? Like,
Correct.
can we load the data to the Excel file, CSV file?
Any
Like
file,
that?
yes, yeah, anything. As I told you, whatever the sources we are using here, we can use these as targets also, okay. Obviously, you can see that is the powerful, the Informatica is so powerful that you can read from any database and load it to any database, whether it is a file, CSV, anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any other doubts, please? I'll go to the Oracle. Just 10 minutes it will take. Okay. Bear with me 10 minutes. So I will open Oracle.
So Raj, you have mentioned that there should be a data warehouse in the target, right? So if we want to load the data in the files like XML or any other files, so it should be under the data warehouse or what?
Normally, that in the real time, data warehousing is a centralized, I can say it is a data warehouse. Okay. It will contain data marts. Data warehouse contain data marts. Data marts contain databases. Okay.
Okay.
So data warehouse contain data marts. Data mart contain databases. Under the databases, these tables will present, the target tables.
Target tables.
Yeah.
Okay.
And data warehouse can also contain the files also, flat files also, CSV files also, anything. I will explain in detail what is data warehouse, what are the different types of data warehouse, what are the different types of schemas, what are the different types of tables like dimension tables, fact tables. I will explain in detail, okay, in the later point of classes. Okay, one by one I will be going forward and explain. Okay, now SQL basics. If I come, I'll go a little fast in SQL. If you are unable to catch it up, please stop me. Okay, don't worry. So in SQL basics, okay. So first, what we will do, a database. Okay, you know what is a database. Database is it will store the information as data. That means data. We can store data in the format of information. The example database is employee database, student database, bank database, anything. Okay. So we have different databases available in the market. That is, one is Oracle, one is SQL Server, DB2, Teradata. Okay, many databases are there. MongoDB, Cassandra DB, Salesforce database, anything. Okay, there are many databases. But now we are concentrating on Oracle. Oracle having two parts, SQL and PLSQL. Okay, so we are concentrating on here SQL. Okay, so as I said, databases may be many database. That is Oracle database, SQL Server database, whatever Teradata database, DB2, anything. Okay. Now we are into Oracle database. In the Oracle database, we have SQL and PL/SQL. We are into SQL basics now. So in the SQL basics, we have SQL command. Basic commands are DDL commands, DCL commands, DML commands, TCL commands, DQL commands. Okay. So what is DDL? DDL is a data definition language. We need to DDL. Okay. DDL will be, sorry, here this one is wrong here. Okay, I'll change it. I did not notice about this. So DDL is create, okay, and drop and alter. DDL commands are create, drop, alter. Okay, so you can create a table by using create command. You can delete the table by using drop command. You can delete the table using alter command. Okay, that is called DDL. Then come to next part. Okay, DML. DML is called data manipulation language. Okay, data manipulation language is like insert, update, and delete. Okay, after creating a table, you need to insert the data into table. You need to update the data into table. You need to delete the data into table. That is called data manipulation language. Then if you come to next part, TCL, transaction control language. Once you load the data into table, we need to save it. To save it, we will use commit, or you need to undo the table. For that, we need rollback. Those are the two. And one more thing, save point will be there. So nowhere, I don't think save point we will use. Okay, that's why I removed that. Then DQL, data query language. Once the data is loaded successfully into the database, okay, we need to query that one. We need to see the data, view the data. Okay, to view the data, we have select command. Okay, select like this. Okay, next. Okay, so these are all the DDL commands we have. Okay, these are all the SQL basic commands we have. Coming to the DDL command, what is the syntax of the create table? Okay, create table, table name, column name, data type. Okay, see, if you see here, create table. These are keywords. Create table is a keyword. The name may be anything, students, contact, TMP, anything. Okay, any table name you can give, and the fields in the table. Okay, ID, first name, last name are the fields or columns. We can say data types. Int is a data type which will be stored in numbers. Varchar2 is a data type which can be stored in strings. Okay, same varchar2 up to 50 characters it will take. Okay. So this is about creating the table, create table, table name. So if I create this table, I am going to create this table here. So first we need to connect to the database. I'm connecting to this database. Just a second. So it's already connected. If I'm creating this table, select it and run it. Today my system is very slow. I don't know why. So if you see here, create table name is already exist. So what I'm doing is I'm just dropping it. Drop table. Contact. So table is dropped. Just remove it. Now I'm doing create. To create table contact. The table name is contact. He is having 3 columns: ID, first name, last name. Okay. I'm just selecting it and run it. So table contact created. You can see here table contact created. Okay. So if you see that, suppose if it is not there, you think that there is a table is already. You need to see the structure of the table. You need to write DESC or describe or DESC contact. You run it, it will show this one. Describe. ID is having the field name, whether it is null or not null, the type. ID, first name, not. ID is number 38, first name varchar2 50, last name varchar2 50. So I have created a table. So as I said, this is a create table. A drop command is to drop a table, to delete the table, to delete the entire table into the database. Drop table, table name. I have already shown you how the drop table will work. Then alter this table. Okay, how to alter this table? Okay, I'm explaining here. The first thing is, suppose you want to add any suppose now the contact is having how many fields? 3 fields are having 3 columns are there. You want to add any other column, one more column you need to add. Now what you will do? You need to use alter table. Okay, alter table, how we will use? Okay, so this one. To add a new column into the table, the syntax is this one: alter table, table name, add column, column name. Suppose I want to add one column, that is called subject, into the contact table. Suppose what I'm doing: alter table, table name, add subject is a new field which is not there in the contact table, and you should give the data type also, because without data type it will not type. Alter table, I am executing this. Table is altered. How to see whether table is altered? DESC contact. You can see here now, previously until last name only, you can see here ID, first name, last name, subject. If you want to add 2 fields at a time, suppose, what you need to do? If you want to add 2 fields at a time, this is syntax. Alter, I want to add 2 more fields called age and course into the contact table. Alter table, table name, add in the brackets, give the fields and data types. Okay. So now I am executing this. Alter table. So table is altered. Again, how to see this table? DESC contact. ID, first name, last name, subject, age and course is already added. Now table is altered. The next is you want to modify anything. Suppose you want to modify, I'll show you just a second. Now you want to modify the subject. Previously the subject was, okay, 1 second, just a second. Okay. Previously subject has having how much here? Subject is the length as 20. I want to modify that as 100. So now alter table, what to do? I'll show the syntax, just a second. This is the syntax. So to modify any column, existing column in the table, alter table, modify column definition. Okay. Now what you want to modify here? Subject you want to modify. Okay. So what I am doing, alter table, table name, modify subject. Previously it was 20. I want to change it as 100. Now you do it. Table contact altered. How to see that? DESC contact. So now subject is varchar to 100. How to alter 2 or more fields at a time? Same way, alter table, table name, modify the fields which are already exist with a different data type or length, anything. Previously it was ID was age was varchar 3. I'm changing it to varchar 10, and course was varchar 20. I'm changing it to 200. So table contact altered. Okay, this is also done. So now what we have discussed till now, we have created a table, we have dropped a table, we have altered a new table, we have added a new field into the table, we have modified the existing fields in the table. Okay, these are the, and suppose if you want to delete it, suppose the table is already created, you want to drop it out. Okay, you want to drop or you want to delete the field. Okay, I want to delete any field, this one. Okay, I want to delete a field called subject. What is the syntax? Alter table, table name, drop column, column name. I'll do like this. See, alter table, table name, drop column, column name. Okay, I'm deleting the field called column. Field called subject. Okay, now if I execute it, table contact altered. See the subject is deleted or not. DSC subject. DSC table name. Okay. Now there is no subject in this. Suppose how you want to delete more than one field. Okay. This is the one. Okay. Alter table. You want to delete age and course at a time. Okay. Don't use column keyword here. If you want to add one field, then use alter table, table name, drop column, column name. If you want to drop 2 fields, then don't use column keyword here. Alter table contact, drop in the brackets what are all the fields you are already there. You want to delete those, you can see. Table contact got altered. Okay. Now DESC table name. See this, only ID, first name, last name. We have deleted course field, we have deleted age field, we have deleted subject field. Only these things are there. So this is about DDL commands. Okay. These are all the DDL commands. Okay, one more is there. Okay, truncate. Truncate I'll tell in later point of time. Just we'll load some data. And next is a DML. Okay. After you creating the table structure, we need to insert, update, or delete. Okay. So how to insert the values in the database? Okay, in the table, insert into table name, column 1, column 3, like this. Okay. So insert into table name, values, I can show you here. Insert into students. Okay. Roll number, first name, last name are the fields, which are 3. Values is 60, 30, and Ericsson, like that. Okay. We'll do one thing. DML commands will talk in the next session. It's already late. Okay. Maybe few people need to go. DML commands can be covered later. Okay. So this is all about today's. So we have covered almost plenty of, almost 2 hours we covered. Okay. We have thought what is Informatica, what are different ETL tools available in Informatica, and why we need to use Informatica, ETL process, client and server tools, and architecture, Power Center components, source and targets, designer, manager, monitor, and we created a first mapping, and we know about, we have seen DDL commands, okay? And we have seen, next class we will see about DML, insert, select and all. We'll go slow and we'll do it, because Oracle is very basics we will use in Informatica. If you know Oracle good, okay, if you know if you are very strong in Oracle, Informatica is very easy for you, that I can say. Most of the things in Informatica will be using Oracle only. So try to learn Oracle as much as possible. Try to learn SQL as much as possible. Anyways, I'll be covering all the SQL concepts which are used for Informatica will be covered in this part. Okay. So yeah, please.
Can we use, I mean, stored procedures, functions, cursors in Informatica? They'll use or no?
No. Only stored procedures can use. Not
okay.
Some functions. These predefined functions are there, right? Character functions, aggregator functions. Those functions we can use. Not like user-defined functions or cursors, triggers. We will not use here. We will use stored procedures. Stored procedures also we will use very less here actually. Okay, we'll use mainly SQL. Joins, mainly joins, and aggregative functions, mainly we will use. So if you are very good at joins, if you are very good at subqueries, okay, Informatica is very easy for you. And if you don't know also, I will teach you how the things will be in the joins, in the subqueries. I'll teach you, I'll make you come up to the speed. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you.
So any doubts, please? Till now, what we have covered, is it fine for you? Or any doubts? Am I faster? Am I slower? Any improvements I need to? Please let me know. I am open for learn myself. I am open for to improve myself. I will not take anything as negative. Whatever you say, I'll take it as positive, and I'll improve myself. Please let me know if you not covered anything, if I miss anything, or if I'm going fast, if I tell any wrong concept, okay, you can let me know, please. So
in
yeah,
our
please.
daily day-to-day job as a ETL developer, so we'll have to work only on the client tools, or we'll have to take care about the databases as well.
Databases in the sense, okay, so databases, source, sometimes source tables and target tables they will give to you, okay. Sometimes, but sometimes they will give the structure to you. They will give a mapping document. There they will show what is the table name, what are the fields, what are the data types, what are the primary keys, source tables, and same target table they will give the document. Based on the document you have to create yourself, but they will give the database information, which database you need to create. They will give that information.
Source and target database both.
Database information. That means if you see here, this information they will give. Which one? This DB underscore SRC is there, right?
Yes.
This database information they will give. Once you connect it, you need to create the tables. You need to create the source tables. You need to create the target tables. Okay, and you need to import those. You need to do the transformations. 50-50. Normally, as my experience, I have created many tables till now. They will give the mapping documents. We'll create ourselves the tables. But we will ask for the database information. What is the data source name? What is the database name? What is the service name? And all we will ask them. What is the schema name? Mainly schema. Okay, sometimes we have created the schema also under the database. Based on the project it is. If you have a good database administrator is already there, DBA is there in your project, he will take care of everything. He will only create, he will only do everything. Only you need to do, you work on Informatica. Sometimes there will be some 10 teams, they'll be having one DBA. So for him, there is a much of load, right? So then what they will do, they will ask you to create schemas also sometime. They will ask you, they will give all the information, the documents they will give. Okay. They will ask you to create the tables. They will ask you to create the source tables, target tables, views. Okay. These are all you can create.
I have one question as well. You have created a folder in the repository, right? What is the use of creating that folder in the repository?
Without folder, you cannot work on, without folder, if these don't have folders in the repository,
Yes.
where you will work, where you will create the sources, where you will create the targets, where you will create the mappings, under the folder only.
Okay.
Folder can be two types. One is normal, one is shared. Okay, this is called shade. I will tell you what is shade, what is normal. As of now, we are normal folder we are using.
Okay. So these are the predefined structures that is given in the folder, like
Correct. Correct. Yes.
the target sources, mapping, applets.
Yes. Exactly. Yes. So, and one more thing, whatever now we have created, right? We have created EMP source, we have created EMP target, we have created a mapping, we have created a session, we have created a workflow, okay, and we have created the connections, we have created the ODBC connections. All will be stored where?
In the repository.
In the repository. How the repository will know? Repository service will give the information to the repository. All will stored in the metadata. I will show the metadata tables also in the later part of time in the sessions. Okay, how the repository, how to query the repository tables also I will show you. Okay, don't worry. See, the concepts will be from basics here to the most advanced. Okay, I am saying most advanced means in all sessions, SCD type 1, type 2 are the advanced. I am saying SCD type 1, type 2 is the basics in my session. Okay, type 1 and type 2 are the basic concepts in my sessions, in my training. Okay, after knowing all the transformation, still SCD type 1 and type 2 are the basics. Okay, there are lots of concepts than SCD type 1 and type 2. I will show you all those concepts, all those mappings. Okay, see, I will tell you what are all covered under this training. Number 1, Oracle. Number 2, Unix basics. 2, little shell scripts also I will teach how to write the shell scripts also. Okay, which is used to Informatica. Then next, Informatica from Informatica Power Center. Okay, from basics to most advanced. Then after Power Center, I will show you 1 or 2 class sessions how Informatica Cloud is, how you need to work on Informatica Cloud, how you need to import the source there, how you need to import the target there, how you need to create a mapping there, how you need to run a job there. I'll show you there. Okay. Then next is I'll show how the Teradata database is, because most of the Informatica projects will be working on Teradata. I'm not saying that all projects will be work on Teradata. 50-50, I can say. In my 10 years, I worked 7 years on Teradata database. Okay, so that much powerful database is Teradata with Informatica. When Teradata work with Informatica, it is a powerful tool. Okay, so I will show you the Teradata also, how the Teradata, like this is Oracle SQL Developer, right? We have Teradata Studio also. Teradata Designer Studio we have, that I will show, and I will show you how to create the Teradata. There are few fload, mload is there, that also I will show you. Okay, these all parts will be covered under this session. It may take 5 to 10 classes extra, I don't mind, because I want you to get hands-on. Okay, I don't want to explain theory more. That's why I did not explain database or warehouse concepts today. Okay, but I will surely explain at every class. At least one part we will take data warehousing concepts, and I will explain, because if you want to get the job on Informatica, you need to know data warehousing concepts, you need to know SQL, you need to know Unix, you need to know Informatica. These all 4 you need to know. These are the basic things you need to know. So all these will be covered under this training. Okay, so no worries, whatever I am promising you today, that will be covered. Okay, it may extend for 5 to 10. I don't mind to extend. Okay, I will surely cover those things. Okay, initial 10 classes will be like this only, very slow and little dragging. Okay, because people should understand the basics. Once they understand the basics very well, we can go faster the advanced concepts. Okay, if you go faster in the basic levels, then there is no point in going the advanced level slow. Okay, so we'll go to the basics. Whether you know, don't know, I don't mind. I will explain very slow for the basics. Okay, if I go fast, please stop me. Okay, and don't make this session as only I am speaking and you will be keeping quiet. So make this session as interactive. Ask more questions. Google it for questions. So make me tough. Okay, make my life as tough. I love that. Okay, so you ask me more questions. I love. I wanted to learn with you. Okay, so I always love to learn. Okay, so you I'll upload this one into YouTube. Okay, and I'll send the link to you today's session. You can go through the how to create the mapping and all. Okay, And you can share this session to anybody if you want. And if you have any friends, if they are ready to get into this session, okay, always it is open, okay. Because why I am stressing this is, I will give the real-time concepts here. I will give the most advanced concepts here. Nobody will cover all those things. I'm damn sure about that. Nobody will cover Oracle basics, SQL basics to advanced. Nobody will cover Unix basics to advanced. Advanced means the shell scripts and Teradata and SVD type 1, type 2 in all trainings. Those are the advanced concepts. But SVD type 1 and type 2 is the very basics in my opinion. Okay. So those are the two mappings you need to know at a start. That's once you know about transformations, the very point of the time you need to know about SVD type 2, type 1 and type 2. There are many things you need to learn in Informatica. Okay. I'll show you all those things. And maybe after 2 days, I'll be giving the working sessions to you. Okay. You need to complete it to the next class or the 1 or 2 days. You take time. Okay. And do it yourself. Okay. So this is how the sessions will be. Okay. So don't worry about like how the sessions will be, whether he will cover all those topics or not. Those don't keep in mind. I will surely, if you stop also, I will not stop. I will surely cover advanced concepts. That is what I am. And please ask me more questions, more and more always. Okay. So I'll always love to answer the questions. Make the session interactive always. Okay. Any doubts, please? Ask me any doubts if you understood, not understood.
Sir, we are in source and target system is there, sir. At that time in designer we are linking we are linking now, sir. From selecting all the rows and source to destination.
Correct.
Why we are linking, sir, that one?
Because see, why we are linking is
asking the information, sir.
Correct. You see whether it is wrong or right. Please ask me. Don't think that you are asking a wrong question or right question. Please put on me, shoot me the question. Okay. I'm always ready to help you. See, what is your name?
Naveen, sir.
Naveen. Naveen, as you asked me, we will be storing, we'll be having source and target table. Source is having data. Target will not be having any data. Okay. Source is having 10 rows or records. We will call it as rows or records. Okay. Source is having 10 records and target table is having 0 records. We need to load the table source data to target data. That is why we are linking here. If you unlink here, it will not flow, right? This is called pipeline. Okay. This is called pipeline. If you unlink it, it will not flow at all. It will flow only from here to here. How it will flow to source to target? We need to link it. If you link only, it will flow. The data will flow from the source data, whatever 10 records we have, this will flow to target records, target table. You got my point, Naveen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, please?
Which columns required? Those columns only we can
Correct.
select.
Yes. If you want, yeah, I'll tell all those things in the next class. Okay.
Okay.
If you select only this one, only EMP number will flow. There may be 10 columns or fields will be there, but if you connect only one, only EMP number will load. Or if you connect these two, only EMP number and EMP name will be load. That's it. The others will be empty only. Any other questions, please? So we'll be at the same time tomorrow, Saturday, 9 a.m. Okay. So if you need, so all fine, right? Tomorrow 9 a.m. Any problem for anybody? Let me know, please. I don't think so. Any problem with anybody. So we'll be having same session tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Okay. I'll be telling the same session evening also. Evening, there are 7 people are there. Here, 8 people, right? Evening, 7 to 8 people are there from 7:30 to 9 o'clock. If you are unable to understand here, you can join that there also. I don't have any issues. Okay. If you want, you please ping me in WhatsApp, message me in WhatsApp. I will send the Zoom link for evening class also. Okay, you can join in the evening class also if you want. Okay. Okay. You
Hello,
got it? Yeah.
Raj.
Yes, please.
Will you
Pradeep.
help us to install the tool?
I will help. I will help you. I'll give a separate call to you. Okay. Whoever is not installed, yeah, I forgot to ask you. Anybody install Informatica till now? Could you please tell me who is having Informatica in their system?
Yeah, Raj, actually, I'm trying to install. Okay, that extraction is taking some time
Right.
for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
So
and
once it is extracted, I'll try to install.
okay. And anybody tried other than Ravi, Deepthi? Anybody tried?
Me too.
I
I
am-
too extracted, but it was taking time, and I stopped there. Today I'll continue with that.
Sure, Kavya. Please let me know when you got somewhere you stuck. Please WhatsApp me. I will help you. Please call me. Okay, I'll help you to install. Okay.
Sir, actually I installed, but some key I don't have, sir. But I installed right now trial version, sir.
So we'll do it after this. Okay.
Okay,
I
sir.
will
Okay,
will
sir.
take some break after this,
Okay.
and we'll
Okay.
join again if you want. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You WhatsApp me whatever doubt you have. Whoever wanted, because see, in it will take some 3-4 hours to install. Okay. So it will not be covered in the sessions. Okay. I need to help you individual. That is why. Okay. We'll see. And any others tried? So please
Yeah, I
try.
am having installed.
You have installed Sandeep? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't have the that video, you ask me, I'll provide the video. Okay. So you go through, it is having correct step by steps. Okay. So you install by that. Okay. So this is how. So anything else? Shall we wind up the call? Any questions we have? Please ask me if you have any questions, doubts. Fine then. Thanks for joining the call. Okay. Happy Ramjan to all. Happy Eid to all. Okay. So enjoy your day. And
Happy
tomorrow.
to you as well.
Yes. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll join the session at the same time. Okay. 9 o'clock. Okay.
Yes.
See you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you
Thanks.
for the session.
Thank you. Bye.